Abel, so you're back at it March 18th. You got your big horse in the ring. Does this validate Triple G's career in the boxing public eye?
You know, just like I said, young man, before you, what do you think? I would like to think that after the fight you will say that it did, because I think that this is the horse that should tell us something about Golovkin. But if he destroys him the same way he's been destroying everybody else, will I get the same kind of feedback again? Well, you know, Piran knocked him out, and he did. You know, he didn't have this. This is a good fighter. This is a good fighter that knocked out impressively the guy that was telling us, the people were saying was going to be the guy that knocked out Golovkin, which was Peter Quillen. So I think that we have a great fight on our hands. I think that we have a great challenge. I don't think that he'll last the length of the fight, but I think that we have a great challenge.
Now they're building a super team over there with trainers, Virgil, Hunter, and Rozier. Can you speak to that, and are you doing anything different for this camp?
Absolutely not. I won't do anything different. I think that Andre is a very smart coach. Virgil, I have a ton of respect for Virgil's coaching abilities. If they feel that they can work together and create something that is better than what they have, then I think that's a great thing for Danny. But it's between Andre and Virgil being able to work together. I had a young man fight named Shafikov fought last year against Herring, and from what I understand and what I saw in clips, Mike Stafford, who's a great coach, Broner's coach, and Barry Hunter, who's Peterson's coach, were arguing in the corner about when to stop the fight. I think that when great minds like that get together, we all have our ideas. But if Virgil and Andre can work together, I think it benefits Danny Jacobs.
Now, Abel, Gennady's fight with Kell Brook was the most difficult fight for Gennady in a long time. You know, why do you think, you know, even though he got the 5th round knockout, why do you think there was such a difficulty for him?
Because he made it difficult. Since the Lemieux fight, when we saw the Lemieux fight and we saw him display the great jab and outside work, the fights after that have been to the point where he's lost interest. He's lost interest not in the gym, not in the training, because the fight was obvious that they trained for him, but in the actual guy in front of him. Sometimes we have no choice and no say in who we face because of mandatories, which was Wade and Monroe. Monroe in the 4th round, I believe, Gennady's egging him on. Come on, Willie, because he wanted it to be a fight where he could fight, where he could display his talents, but Willie wasn't willing to. Wade obviously was too easy. Brook fight, when he hurt him in the 1st round, was another one of those like, oh shit, here we go again. So he made it a stupid fight to try and to please the fans, but I want to say that in his mind, maybe he was thinking he can entice some other guy to sign on the dotted line because they see his deficiencies, but Danny Jacobs was the only one that took the challenge.
Now clearly, with Jacobs, it looks like you're going to probably pursue the route you did against Lemieux, where you're a little bit more, I don't want to say cautious, but a little bit more precise.
No, I don't think so. I think that with Danny Jacobs has got a heck of a lot more ability, more intelligence in the ring, more boxing intelligence in the ring, better tools than Lemieux. Lemieux had heavy hands, but really didn't know how to use them. His IQ was limited, so it was easy just to keep him on the outside and just bop, just hit him whenever he wanted to hit him. With Danny, I believe that Danny will think that he can get on the inside and fight, and I think what we'll see is the kind of fight like we used to see, 2 guys on the inside trying to outdo each other with some skill and some thought, and will be reminiscent of Hagler, Leonard, Benitez, all those guys that fought actually on the inside, didn't hold. So if that's the case, then I think Danny and Golovkin will be one of the fights of the year until it ends.
Abel, talk.